Have a few minutes? You won't believe what you can do with it. Open a Regions checking account online in as little as 5 minutes. Then enjoy award-winning service and banking tools and tech that help you live in the moment. Learn more at regions.com/live in the moment. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio inside the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. It's time for Gwinnett Business Radio. Gwinnett Business Radio is presented by Regions Bank. Brave the beginning. Member FDIC.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Gwinnett Business Radio. We are broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio in the beautiful Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. Mike alongside Steven. We don't even give last names anymore. You've been hearing us for 8 years, so we figure you probably
if you don't know our last names by now.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to shows in the archives.
There you go. We got 8 years worth of them on the Business RadioX website. We've got two wonderful guests in the studio, Steven.
As usual, I think these two guests might be even better than some of our last two guests. We'll let them shoot for the moon.
We have raised the bar already.
Always. After 8 years of great shows, we just continue to have great shows.
We do. Tiffany Kirk is with us. She's with the Community Development Manager for Regions Bank. And Nizar Monzer is with AquaGreen Wash. It's like a mobile car wash, which is really cool.
Eco-friendly mobile car wash. Can't wait to unpack that more.
Absolutely. But we're going to start with Tiffany. Tiffany, welcome to our little home here called Business RadioX.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we all know about Regions Bank. They're a big partner of Business RadioX. You just heard the commercial before the show. And so you're the Community Development Manager with the bank. What does that mean? What does that role encompass?
Well, I can't say I manage the community. I actually manage everything related to the community in terms of Regions involvement. So that consists of, for my space, it is really making sure our low and moderate income communities have what they need to thrive. So it would be grants, lending, as well as, getting our associates engaged out into the community so that they can empower their community and provide their skill sets of expertise for board service, committee service, financial education, just to make sure that those communities, again, are thriving.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, let me roll right into the next question then. What are the strategic priorities the community affairs team focuses on at Regions?
Sure. So for a long time, like many charitable organizations or organizations that give to the community, you go so deep into, or so, I guess, shallow into so many areas. And we learned that in the last few years, it makes more sense for us to pick a few key strategic areas where we can make a bigger impact. So those areas are financial wellness, and that's pretty obvious. We're a bank, so we should be providing financial education. So we have a program called Next Step, and that's financial education seminars. The second is education and workforce readiness. So helping teachers to have the tools they need to do a better job, and making sure that we're having engagement with the colleges and the workforce readiness. So those training programs that can get people equipped for those high demand industries and careers in those industries. And then the last one is community and economic development. And that would consist of things like helping entrepreneurs to thrive, affordable housing, and then just helping to assist with community development projects. Maybe it's a loan for a community development center or community center so that they can provide more to the community.
So let me let you drill down a little bit into a fantastic answer of a few very key areas that I think everybody listening knows, hey, that really could go a long way. Can you give some specific examples, especially near or around the Gwinnett County area? And let's kind of focus on the education. You talk about giving teachers some resources.
Yes.
Are there some specific schools that have been using this program and could say, hey, man, here are some results we're getting?
Well, I know we do partner heavy with Gwinnett Public Schools, just the schools in general, and we've done some seminars for the teachers of the schools because, in order for teachers to empower their students, they need to have the education. I do think a lot of teachers really shy away from financial education, and it's not embedded in the curriculum. So if we can teach the teachers, financial education so that they feel more empowered, then they'll share that with their students, and hopefully those students will go home and share with their parents.
And I think you just hit on something. I'm going to raise my hand. This is Stephen Julian, the slightly annoying co-host talking, but I 100% agree with you that financial wellness is not necessarily embedded in current public school and most private school curriculum, and I wish it would be. And what better opportunity than a bank who knows how to deal with finances? Kind of go, hey, we'll help you out. Let me ask you to drill down real quick into some of the programs as far as giving back and entrepreneurial. is I think sometimes when banks talk about helping entrepreneurs, everybody thinks, oh, SBA, oh, loan.
Right.
Besides that, what are some of the ways that you've seen Regions be able to help?
We do a little more than just loan products. One of the things that we do, we invest in CDFIs. People don't know what a CDFI is typically. It's a community development financial institution. So when someone comes as an entrepreneur to a bank and they may not have strong financials, or they may not have some of the other requirements to get approved for a loan, we'll send them to a CDFI. They can typically give those microloans as well as expertise and education to get them prepared to come back. And then another example is an organization called Start Me. So we invested in, and that's an Emory Gazuda, I'm not sure how you pronounce that business school, but it's a program that was created by Emory college, and they do a 15, it may be more like 16, 17 weeks now, entrepreneurship training program where they take the entrepreneurs through the program and coach them and help them to fine-tune their business plans and grow their businesses. So we invested in that, and that's in 3 communities across Atlanta. It's running on an ongoing basis. So we invest in that. We provide coaches. We do some of the listen to their pitches and help with that advice and education for the recipients.
Are we still talking about a bank here?
We are.
Absolutely we are, but a bank that gets it.
We get it. You know, we're boots on the ground. We don't believe in just writing checks. We get engaged.
Well, before we came on the air, I was asking you about your job. You said, I am not a banker. I don't know that side of the business per se, but you really do. You really are diving into the community and giving back to the community.
That's right. I've never underwritten a loan. I have never opened an account. I'm actually a former teacher. So, my background really comes from a space of education. And, it's great to provide accounts and to, get the loans done. But it's also great to teach people how to grow their wealth and how to be good stewards of their money.
Our guest is Tiffany Kirk. She's the Community Development Manager with Regions Bank. And over the last year and a half with our partnership with Regions Bank, I've gotten to know a lot of the folks that work for the bank. And so tell me what opportunities are provided to the Regions associates themselves so they can get more engaged in the community.
So every associate gets 8 hours of paid time off. That's called What a Difference a Day Makes. And so you can use that time if you want to coach Little League or, volunteer for a field trip with your kid's school, or you can take some of our seminars out to the community and go and teach a class. People like me don't have, we have more than 8 hours to get out there and do what we do. But for the general associate, they can look into our volunteer management system to find opportunities, get matched with opportunities, and then just go out and use those hours. And we also have a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee that's inside of the bank to help people to voice their opinions, both inside the bank to make sure that we're doing the best job that we can do internally, but then how do we also empower our communities to do more, and again, to use this wide array of skill sets that our bankers have. How can we take that and give in a way that's unique and innovative?
So if every associate has up to 8 hours of paid time off in order to give back, I would imagine the data probably tells you, because I imagine this isn't a new program, it's been on the books for a little while.
Yes.
I would imagine the data probably tells you that once an associate gets paid to do some volunteer, they're also willing to probably give a little more than 8 hours in a given year to it.
And many do. Many do. It's just that's the 8 hours of paid time off.
And when you gave the first answer of just kind of from a corporate standpoint, you guys wanted to really do a few things and do them well. As far as on the associate level, that might be where it gets a little broad and not so deep necessarily. Every associate, you guys don't go, yeah, you can get paid time off, but you got to do one of these 5 things. So they can do anything they want.
They can do anything they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has to be approved by their manager prior to them taking that time, but they can do anything they want. If it's the arts that you really love and you want to volunteer related to the arts or animals, that's totally up to you. Now, selfishly, I'd say financial education. But they can do what they choose to do.
If they're looking for one of the biggest needs, helping teachers teach students financial education and wellness and literacy, and that'd be huge. So
yes.
Anyway.
Stephen and I both have been Little League coaches. We've worked for the wrong company. We could have been paid to coach our kids in Little League.
So now let's be honest about that. And this is another truth of giving back. You look to start giving back. 8 hours, how far would that go? A couple of practices, right?
Right.
The preseason practices, that's all it would cover. So come on. I
Yeah.
mean,
But-
anything worth helping with is going to take a lot more than 8 hours. But it is nice that your employer goes, hey, we'll pay for part of that.
We're still talking about a bank, right?
We're still talking about a bank.
Okay.
No, we're talking with a community development manager of a bank. So
Exactly. Well, this is amazing stuff. So let me ask you, why does Regions Bank focus so heavily on providing financial education? You've talked about that a couple times already, to the customers and to the community. Why is that so important?
Well, I think it makes sense. You know, if we're a bank, we're providing these products and services. Why not provide the education that goes along with it? And when the community does better, we do better. I mean, let's just be honest. That's shared value. You know, we're teaching, we're empowering, we're helping people to improve their credit score, which is going to get them into different products. We're helping them to maintain it so that they stay, become hopefully lifelong customers of the bank. So that's shared value. And then the community does better. You know, when we've got people who are homeowners and business owners, entrepreneurs, the community thrives. There's more jobs in the community because this entrepreneur exists. And, people are seeing it. The younger generation coming up is seeing an empowered community, and they feel that's the norm, and they want to repeat that.
I don't want to get our audience lost in a deep philosophical conversation. Again, slightly annoying. Sorry, that's my gimmick. But I've got someone who's clearly showing their passion and a lot of understanding of what's needed. I think again, my personal opinion, I think the history of the last maybe 50 to 75 years, there's almost been like these two warring factions of, no, what you need is education. Education is the most important thing. And then this other one of, no, growth and capitalism and growth of the market and building a business. That's the most important thing. Those two things can coexist, right?
Absolutely.
Good financial education and literacy combined with opportunities to change your future through a good business. What a great opportunity.
Yeah, the best of everything. And then when those businesses thrive, they can reinvest back into those individuals that need to come along the ranks that may want to get there one day. So, yeah, I think they have to be in the same community at the same time.
And it's great to hear someone from a bank who's not a banker, never done a loan herself, but recognize that in the areas, because anybody listen, so a lot of people who listen to us are business owners, business leaders. We all remember that first business loan. And usually when you're looking for that first business loan, more than half the banks you talk to go, great, give us 3 years of financials. And well, I don't have 3 years of financials.
Right.
I'm starting this.
Yeah. Catch-22.
Now combine that with you might not be in necessarily the best, most developed area where you're coming from, an underserved area. So programs like CDFI and Start Me, let's acknowledge that and let's go.
Yes.
So you don't need all that. We're gonna make a bet on enough of these, and I bet also the data would tell you that just like any other business, they don't 100% always succeed. But if you give them that chance,
give them the chance, connect them to the resources. We're one resource out of many that are out there in the community, and unfortunately, some of these CDFIs don't have the budget to advertise what they do. So the onus is on us to teach them.
And if they've taken some financial education and wellness, they know don't put all your eggs in that first business basket. Don't you dare set yourself up to where you have to declare bankruptcy or anything if it doesn't work.
Right.
Always give yourself the chance to do that. I'm getting a little passionate here.
Yeah, I see it.
You don't even have
Hands
to
are
pay me for
moving.
the 8 hours of community service I'd be happy to give through Regions Bank.
Well, I love what Regions is doing, too, because you're filling in the gaps because this financial education, which we're not even getting in the schools, and we can go off on a whole tangent there.
No, I could do a whole podcast on that.
Yeah,
series.
and Tiffany, as a former teacher, I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you about that, but this is stuff that we're not taught in school for whatever reason. I don't understand, but you're filling in the gaps, and you can't put a value on what you're doing for the community.
Right, and it's free. It's as easy as contacting one of your local branches and saying, hey, I've got a group of Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or Little League baseball team, and we feel that this team could really benefit from some banking basics or budgeting basics, So, so I think it fits, it works, and our bankers are all taught to do this, with their customers as well in the branches, just the advice, guidance, and education.
And listen, you provide the curriculum to the schools, and every school should find something. If it's not yours, I know Dave Ramsey has an educational system. I have a personal friend here in the area that does a financial education system. There's tons of them out there.
Yes.
They're all good, right?
Yes.
Maybe it comes from different slants, but they all say the basic same thing, the basic financial principles. we all kind of know, but we need to be reminded of, spend
Right.
less than you earn, do it over a long period of time, smart financial decisions. Don't make a bad financial decision worse by making another bad financial. I mean, just be smart with your
Right,
money.
right.
And it's so much common sense where people go, I kind of know that, but I didn't know it, but now I know it. And then,
Right.
and so anyway, and what I love about it is I'll go ahead and again, I'll be slightly annoying one more time. You acknowledged the hope for Regions is from a business standpoint. You hope these people become clients.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you were there at the beginning, you hope that they stick with you. But even if they don't, you've created a great client and a great person who's going to do some good things financially, and then we all win. And so that's a great sales tactic. Hey, let me give you some stuff up front, some valuable knowledge. And when you start getting things better, come and open an account with us.
That's right. Building that loyalty.
I like it.
Well, you see the passion in Stephen talking about this stuff, and it looks like you're really enjoying your role with Regions Bank as well.
I do. I've not been in any space where I was not connected to my community. So, I transitioned right from elementary teacher for 4 years right into creating a curriculum about money in Minnesota, where I'm from, because they found they were, the business development reps. It's like they're taking out, the account packets and opening accounts, but people said, hey, we want to learn how to manage this account. So I was able to create that curriculum and stayed with that credit union, which merged with a larger credit union, and then moved here in 2013, and it picked up right where I left off. So I've always been in this space. It's a part of me, and I don't think I'm going anywhere.
Tiffany did just acknowledge that she was working with elementary school students and then immediately started working in a bank culture. So that's important to acknowledge. And didn't skip a beat, right?
Didn't skip a beat.
There's probably some similarities, but that's off air.
Yeah.
That's some fun.
We'll chat
have after the show.
Tiffany, for those that would like to find out more about all the great stuff that Regions is doing in the community, where's the best place where they can find this information?
Well, it would be the basic website. Very easy. It's just regions.com. But if you'd like more information on our Next Step curriculum, it's regions.com/next steps. You'll find cool calculators and podcasts and videos and just education in general about financial wellness.
You never left the education business.
Never left it.
Yeah. Tiffany Kirk, Community Development Manager with Regions Bank. Continue the great work. Thank you so much for sharing all the great stuff you're doing.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And by the way, before I tell everybody about one of our great sponsors, that Next Steps that Tiffany's been talking about, not just available in schools, all that stuff is available for any individual through their website. So you don't even have to. Yes, we want to get it in the schools, but anybody listening can check out that stuff. So thanks again for being here, Tiffany. Mike, before we get to our next guest, I do want to remind everybody that Gwinnett Business Radio does come to you from the Subaru of Gwinnett Studios. Love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Enjoy big savings and a hassle-free experience at Subaru of Gwinnett, where people sell cars. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com and join their family today, or come in and see the difference. If you're already a Subaruist, then check out their Facebook page and other social media pages for the latest news, offers, and community events. Thanks to Subaru of Gwinnett.
Speaking of cars, we've got a car enthusiast with us. Nizar Monzer is with us. He's with AquaGreen Wash. Man,
my Subaru is dirty. Can you help?
Definitely.
And to follow up over Tiffany now, we've put you quite on the spot right now, haven't we?
Yes. Great. Thank you, Mike, Stephen, for having me here on the show. And great information from Tiffany. Great to know what Regions Bank is doing for the community. I took some notes here. I'm definitely going to be going back and looking at some of these opportunities. So yeah, AquaGreen Wash. AquaGreen Wash is a result of two passions. You said I'm a car enthusiast, so these two passions are clean-looking cars and eco-conscious water conservation. So I've always wanted to find a problem in the marketplace that has to do with cars, and then we came up with AquaGreen Wash. When I say eco-friendly is we use less than 2 gallons per vehicle, while traditional car washes use around 45 gallons, and then they recycle a certain percentage of that 45 gallons. So by less than 2 gallons per vehicle, that means zero runoff. And this is very important when doing our research. It's very important for apartment complexes and office parks. So because if there's any contaminants or anything going which will end up in the drain storms, they can get some fines from the local government and from the counties or from the city. So that gives us an opportunity to go and reach out to apartment complexes and office parks and offer our services to their residents. So this is one part of our business, and also we do have direct to customers. So when we say mobile, that means we come to your place of work or residence.
Mm-hmm. So there's not a brick and mortar car wash place. Are you 100% mobile?
It's 100% mobile. Yes, definitely. We're currently focusing on Gwinnett, and we're slightly expanding to other counties.
So let me ask this most important question. Somebody listening goes, well, I live in an apartment complex. What's the minimum number you need to show up on a location? If I would imagine you're looking to get the foot in the door, right? As you're building it. Hey, right. If we're not in that apartment complex already, I'd love for you to be our first client, because you find other clients that way, right? Is that so? Even if someone's the first one, you'll show up to clean.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different, because with the luxury apartment complex, we have to get the property management approvals. So basically, before we service any of their residents, we have to work with the property management companies, get their approval, work on a sort of a kind casual contract, and then if we have the green light, then we can furnish our services for their residents, and also they get special rates, So then after that, regardless whether it's one customer or two customers, we still service that apartment complex or office parks, knowing that we're going to grow, the word of mouth is going to spread, and we're going to get more business.
Your typical clients, I'm assuming, once they become clients, they want you on a regular basis. So someone who's very passionate about clean cars,
right?
What would be your reasonable assumption that someone should get their cars cleaned? How often? Once a week? Once a month?
Yeah, so we recommend twice a month, and that all depends on the how much you drive your car. Is it always parked outside or in the garage? Is it exposed to the elements?
Right.
But typically twice a month. Now with COVID times, people are driving less, so we saw people washing once a month, and now started picking up people going back to offices, driving more. So it's changing.
And of course, the thing that separates you is the eco-friendly 2 gallons of water to wash a car, as opposed to, you said, 45 or 50 or even more.
Correct.
For others. Is there anything else that makes you guys unique from other mobile car washers?
Yeah, so if you look at our services on the website and our packages, we are affordable, although it's convenient. But we are somewhere between the mobile detailer, what they charge, and more than the traditional car washes, right? So we're affordable. You don't have really to spend $100 to just get your interior cleaned, or $100 to get the exterior cleaned. So we came up with this cost-effective service, also being eco-friendly, that allows us to cut on the cost and reflect on the price. So if you look, we are for only exterior only, which is the Aqua Express package. It's starting at $33, which is, I believe, very affordable.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the convenience, you're going to the customer as well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say the interior starts at like $49.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
I mean, that's very reasonable.
Exactly. That being convenient, you're sitting at home doing what mattered the most, maybe getting your work done or spending time with your kids, and then your car is getting taken care of.
Yeah. We're speaking with Nizar Monzer. He is the owner of AquaGreen Wash, 100% mobile, eco-friendly car wash. All right, it's time for me to ask the question everybody's been thinking about. 2 gallons of water.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Is there a secret you can reveal on the air without giving away your strategic advantage?
Yeah, and in some cases less than 2 gallons.
Come on, not less than 2. No.
Yes, depends.
Steven, don't fight with the guests, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I say less than 2 gallons, it depends on how dirty the vehicle is and the size of the vehicle.
Okay. All right.
Now let me clarify here one thing. If you have an off-roader or like an SUV and you just went off-roading and it's all muddy, probably our concept is not going to work in this case, but for the most part it works. So how we do it is we wash panel by panel. So we spray one panel, we wipe it off, and then we dry it with our microfiber towels. That eliminates any square marks or any risks of scratches. And also depends, because we are mobile, that means we're washing outside. So it depends on the weather conditions. So if it's too sunny and hot, probably we'll just do smaller panels. If it's overcast and cooler, we can do the whole one side, wipe it off, and dry it with our microfiber towels. We have great results. If you look at our website under the gallery page and on our Instagram. We do high quality car wash. You can see all the cars we wash nice and shiny. And also, if you add to that our wax service, that's gonna give you the extra pop and also protection against the UV. So it's very efficient and it gives very good results too.
Yeah. So we could be all having our cars being washed right now while we're doing this show.
Yes.
Through AquaGreen. Yeah, I like that.
What about a giveaway to every guest who comes on every week? They get their car done while they're in here doing a show.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I like the idea.
All we need to do is find somebody to sponsor that.
I was
Sponsored
gonna
by
say,
Stephen Julian.
Pull out your wallet and let's do it. I know a guy.
Independent financial advisor who can't give his firm on the air.
Nizar, I want to ask you about you. You were in the corporate world.
Yes.
And you decided to take that leap of faith and start your own business, which I think is every entrepreneur's dream, of course. That's why they're an entrepreneur. Talk about that decision. I was just explaining what an entrepreneur would
Thanks
be.
for explaining that.
Yeah, I know.
You almost didn't say the word right. Let's get back to the
I've
guest.
never said it right. What made you decide, you know what, I'm going to do this? So you just started this a couple of years ago where you decided to make this change, correct?
Yes, so I've always been passionate to start my own business, but I wanted to start the right business, something sustainable. So, and that's why following my passion for being a car enthusiast and also seeing an opportunity in the marketplace while we can conserve water. Water for me personally, is a precious resource. I lived in some countries where water is not as available as other countries, and not everyone has access to clean water. Now you would think that the earth is covered by 99% of water, but only 0.3% is usable and attainable by human beings or by humans in general. So only 0.3%. So we need to protect that 0.3%. And that 0.3% comes from the lakes and streams, and that's basically it's the surface water. So if we contaminate and pollute that water, that becomes a problem for us, because this is what we use at home. That's what comes in our taps. So this is the problem we found in the marketplace. And also on top of that is the convenient aspect. We are all busy. I don't like going to the car wash and waiting in line for an hour to get my car washed. Now with AquaGreen Wash, you can be doing a podcast, or you can watching Netflix while your car is taken care of. And we are contactless. So when I say that, we are zero contact. You can book online, pay online, and also we're going to invest in the technology aspect. So down the road, we have plans to introduce a mobile app. So that's gonna make it even more convenient.
Potential memberships and you know, people
yes.
Just have their app and ready to go.
Right now we have something called Join the Club, which if you join the club, that's gonna give you 2 washes per month, and by doing so, you're saving up to between 20 to 25% versus the single wash.
By the way, Nizar had a nice little comedy bit there too. He said, you know, we're all busy, and so this is why we use a mobile. And then he says, so that you can watch Netflix. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. That's a good comparison. Not you know, busy building your business, but it's like he sees what I do on my lunch break in my office, catching up on the shows I'm binging.
I see that
that's the weekend time. If you the weekday you're gonna be busy doing something else.
No. During lunch we're all watching Netflix, and while they are, you're outside making their cars clean with less than 2 gallons of water. By the way, I did the math real quick. What somebody spends on one car at the car wash, you guys can do over 20 cars.
Yes, correct.
Man, that's fantastic.
Impressive. You did some math.
In my head. Well, I was scratching over here on my pad. But.
Now you're based in Lawrenceville, as I look at your address here, but what is your area of reach where you serve, and what are your plans to grow in the future?
Yeah, so we mainly service Gwinnett County, all cities in Gwinnett County. We also have customers in some of the Metro Atlanta area, Brookhaven, Decatur. So for this area right now, we have what we call trip fee that's going to be added to their car wash price. Eventually, that's going to go away, and Metro Atlanta is going to become one of our area of coverage. So we're going to eliminate that trip fee.
And for now, that trip fee, I'm assuming it's not subversive. I'm assuming it's not much more than a few bucks.
No, it ranges between 15 to 20 bucks,
Okay. Yeah.
so which is nothing high, and that's for the short term. For the longer term, definitely we want AquaGreen to be available at all the counties of Georgia, and at some later point in the entire country, basically.
The beauty of this show is it's timeless. So as people are listening to this a year from now, they'll probably go, trip fee. Check it out, because that trip fee might be gone by the time you listen.
Well,
to
this will be a good time to mention the website, because I'm sure then you can see where if you go to the website, you can see where the company serves. It's AquaGreenWash.com.
Yes.
AquaGreenWash.com.
Correct.
Right now, as we speak, as we do this podcast, it is September of 2021. How far out will you go? If I'm in LaGrange, Georgia right now, and I'm listening, you're not going to go to LaGrange right now.
Well, he is, but he's going to charge a trip fee.
Well, for your trip fee, I'm assuming right now you have a perimeter, I'm sure.
Yeah. So for now, we're focusing on getting our benchmark where we want it to be. So we're gonna focus on the local areas, local cities here in Gwinnett. And that's also because we have plans to expand our services. We are more than a car wash, so we plan to add the headlight restoration, oil change for now, mobile oil change, and down the road we're gonna do tire replacement. So
wow.
So
you are more than a car wash.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. So, but for now, Suwannee, Duluth,
all of Gwinnett,
Lawrenceville,
yeah. So
Duluth,
most of Gwinnett,
Norcross
would be no trip fee.
Yes, no trip fee.
Okay, so most of Gwinnett listening. Great that he came on Gwinnett Business Radio to do that. Well done.
And so, as you said before, Stephen cut you off.
I apologize.
I mean, headlights,
headlight restoration,
tire replacement,
oil change,
headlight restoration, oil change. That's the next phase, and then at a later time, maybe that's in the longer term, the tire replacement, and that's all mobile, definitely 100% mobile. So
he's not some guy with a truck. He's a fantastic businessman who has a model and knows what he wants to accomplish, and we get the benefit of clean cars and potentially repaired cars in the future.
Well, congratulations, you did it. You combined the car enthusiasm with the water conservation that was important to you as well, and you merged it, and you got this wonderful business, AquaGreen Wash. How's it been received so far? How are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's been interesting. So I come from the analytical side, so I was a data analyst for a long time. So just looking at the data while doing our research, we saw some trends, but when we started the business, we saw some different trends. So we thought that it's eco-friendly, and we know the newer generation are more concerned about the climate change and all the drought what's happening. So we thought we get more millennial customers. Mm-hmm. So it turned out to be a little bit different. So we're getting maybe maybe like 35 to 45. These are like very active, or like they value convenience. But I know down the road, as we become more well-known in the area and people know about it, people a little bit confused sometimes about AquaGreen Wash and the eco-friendly concept that we have. So we're having to do a little bit of education here, and just to get the word out and about what we do and how we do it.
But the boomers and Gen Xers are sticking it to the millennials again. I love it. This is great, at least at the start of your business. It won't stay that way, right?
Yeah.
As the word gets out, and this show will help. I mean, it's such an easy concept. Everybody likes clean cars, reasonable price, and then you're helping the environment too. What's not to love?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming by and educating us about AquaGreen. If you go to the website, can you set up the appointment through the website itself?
Yeah, so you can book online through our website. As I mentioned earlier, it's contactless, so you can book online. Also, you can pay online. We partner with the Square, so which they take care of our appointment and the payment process.
Great. Nizar Monzer, the founder and managing director with AquaGreen Wash. Thank you so much for joining us and telling us about your business today.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And if we still have a minute here on the show, I would like to talk about our engagement in the community. So even though we haven't been in the business for a long time, we've been active in the community. We recently sponsored Read the Green Golf event. It's by the Gwinnett Public Library to raise funds for childhood education programs. So we were sponsors of the initiative, and also we work with Gwinnett Clean and Beautiful. We support them with their initiatives. That's one. And also recently we performed free car washes for healthcare heroes at Gwinnett Pediatrics. So we just gave 5 free car washes as an appreciation for what they do and what they did through all the pandemic time.
That's great. I mean, so many businesses are just so relying on the business and don't focus on anything else. And you knew right away you wanted to give back to the community.
That's correct. Definitely.
Thank you for doing that. That's awesome. We're a better community because of Regions Bank and because of AquaGreen Wash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And just as one last reminder, AquaGreenWash.com. So go book an appointment today. You know, I did that thinking just for a second, I felt like a good Regions commercial banker helping out a business. Because we all know keeping your company's financial future on track means having the right resources to support your growth. Regions Commercial Banking offers you lending capabilities and strategic solutions tailored to your needs. And you'll work with a team of experienced bankers here in Gwinnett. Discover steps to take that can help move you closer to your business goals. Regions is here to help. To learn more, visit regions.com/commercial-banking. Regions Bank.
Member FDIC.
Did you like my segue? Mike hates it when I do segues into the reads, and I thought that was a great segue. I gave the website of a great business that we just interviewed and told them I was thinking like a Regions commercial banker. Did you like that? Did you like that? Did you like it?
Don't hurt your shoulder patting yourself on the back.
I just
there.
like,
My
hey, listen,
goodness.
the love language I receive is words of encouragement. So maybe I'm lacking a little bit in this workspace.
So you want to get a good job out of me. Is what
that,
you're
and I want an
looking for.
eco-friendly mobile car wash. So
Good job, Stephen. There you go. No, you don't. Okay, ring,
I can't ring the own
ring
bell.
the bell.
I can't ring my own bell.
I'll ring the bell for you.
Yeah, do it without grumbling or complaining.
I want to
Wow.
thank our guest for joining us today, and of course, the great job that Stephen always does.
Oh,
because
thanks,
Stephen,
Mike.
Stephen is the best.
Oh,
Some words of
only to be
affirmation
topped
for
by you and our great producer today, right?
Amanda, yes, as we give out more words of affirmation. Want to remind everybody that you can follow us on social media. We're all over the place, thanks to Amanda. We're on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. It's at Gwinnett Radio X. And be sure to listen to any of our previous shows by going to iTunes, iHeartRadio, anywhere. Just type in Gwinnett Business Radio. We're on all those podcast platforms.
And in fact, this show is so awesome with our great main sponsor, Regions Bank. If you go to iTunes and search Regions, our show comes up in the search. Number 2.
Well, no, the Regions show comes up in the search.
Okay.
Yeah, Regions Business Radio is another show that would come up. So if you actually do Regions, this show doesn't come up.
Oh, well.
Yeah. You should have stopped while you were ahead.
Dang it. Now I did a bad job. Oh, crap.
All right, we'll wrap it up before Stephen says anything else that's not just quite
Good thing
correct.
the guest did awesome.
This has been Gwinnett Business Radio here on Business Radio X.